Hey guys, this is Keto Dicky. I have only worked 5 long days this week. That's right, just 5. I did actually have Saturday off. I take one Saturday off a month, so only worked 5 days this week. Thought yesterday would be some bonus content. Was going to head out to Universal, but after running a few errands, it was like 2 o'clock. I was angry at parking, and so no bonus content this week for you. Sorry about that, but I do hate trying to find parking, and I was at the Vineland outlet malls. I needed some new shorts, was going to hit up the Gap Factory outlet store, and I probably spent 10 minutes looking for my parking, and then just drove away angry. Which I have tendency to do. So yeah, no extra content. I was gonna head over to Universal, so I was at the International Drive Orlando Premium Outlet Mall. Hoping to just run in there, grab some pants, maybe go to the Disney Character Warehouse. But yeah, 10 minutes of searching for parking, and then I drove away. Went home and proceeded to nap. So got nothing accomplished yesterday other than my initial errands. But here I am today. I am heading into Disney's Animal Kingdom. So let's go have some fun. It is about 9 a.m. and park's been open since 7:30, but I'm not heading there right now. I have a 9:30 reservation for the Rainforest Cafe, and I'm gonna see if by any chance they will let me check in this early. I don't know. And for those of you who don't know, if you're trying to get to the Rainforest Cafe before going into Disney World, or before going into the Animal Kingdom, there's an entrance after security before you actually go through the ticketing gate. So if you're running late, that'll probably help you a little bit. Alright, let me just first apologize for this yellow cord to the right side of the screen. Unfortunately, this appears multiple times throughout my day of video. It's the mic cord. I did not notice it. Fun fact, I can't see that much on the viewfinder when I'm recording due to my vision. So I have ordered some reading glasses that I can also wear outside as sunglasses. I guess I'm just gonna have to have my readers on at all times when I'm videoing. So I do recognize that gets annoying. Hopefully this will be the only video that it's on. I'm still waiting on those to come, but hopefully I did a better job of watching for it on the next videos. But definitely for my day at Rainforest Cafe, you're going to see that throughout this, and the food reviews possibly. So I apologize, guys, but I am working on that. If you have not been to the Rainforest Cafe before, it is a heavily themed restaurant. The theme is tropical rainforest. In addition to these large aquariums throughout the restaurant, the entire restaurant is themed as a tropical rainforest. You have foliage everywhere, these animals, you've got monkeys, lions, tigers, elephants. They are animatronics, but they're not always moving. They kind of come to life at certain times throughout your meal, and different rooms will come to life at different times. Now, there will be a thunderstorm while you are there, or multiple thunderstorms while you are there in the restaurant. During those, everything reacts, so it does get a little chaotic, a little loud. Under this, there's also some subtle music playing. So there's always music going, but then when the characters come to life, then you get the animal sounds, either the roars or I don't even know what the technical sound for what monkeys do is, but that, you got the elephants. So your animals will come to life around you at some point. It's a really fun restaurant for kids. I think they always probably have a great time. Oh my gosh, look at this food. Oh, this looks so good. I am going to immediately move these strawberries over. I did order steak and eggs with these eggs over easy. Ooh, I kind of had a feeling that was going to be the case on this one. Let's just proactively move over to the other one. Gonna be all on this little... Oh, there we go. There we go. He's not over very easy. I guess he's a very type A personality over easy. Overall, this was a very good steak and eggs. I did enjoy my meal, had a good time at the Rainforest Cafe, but if you want to see that full food review, head on over to Keto Dickie, where I do complete restaurant reviews from a keto perspective. We are having one of those thunderstorms I was telling you about. I think I had 3, maybe 4 during my meal, and all the animals just going crazy, me taking it in. Of course, if you look down at my shirt, you can see Hey Hey as calm and collected as ever. Now, I'm not going through this entire store of merchandise, but I did love the sloth stuff, so I had to give a little highlight of that. Now, moving on from that, then I got distracted. Hey, I totally did not realize this woman was taking off pants right behind me. I paid no attention to her until I was watching this back, but little strip show for you, free of charge. Enjoy. Apologies to her on that. But I got totally sucked in on these hats. This hat in particular, I do love this hat, but it was like $60. Thinking, I don't know, maybe I should own that hat, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should try and make that hat myself. I have a fedora I don't wear, so I could possibly do that on my other channel. Now here we are just heading into the Animal Kingdom, back through that private kind of entrance behind Rainforest Cafe into the park. I did work at Disney back when they originally opened Animal Kingdom, or very close to the beginning of the opening of Animal Kingdom. I don't know if I was actually there when it opened, but I do remember when this place first opened, there would be cast members standing at all these animal areas where the animals were just there, and they would just, as you walked by, they would be like, oh, you can see the anteater here, or oh, you can see the ducks feeding, and give you a little bit of information about them. I think that's kind of sad that that's gone, because it always drew your attention to something you were probably going to walk past. But you can just, all over the place, you can see like an otter habitat while you're walking through, or various other animals in their own environments, and it's just, you really should, when you come here, take the time to view those animals as much as to get on all the attractions. Well, it's about 10:30 and we are heading into the Animal Kingdom. So I've had steak and eggs, so not really feeling like a roller coaster first thing. I think I'm going to head into Africa, see if I can get on the safari ride, and then head over to Pandora. I don't think those rides are too adventurous, and generally longer waits, so we'll see how long the waits are on those. Maybe grab some lunch after we're done. Okay, so it's looking like this standby entrance is 65 minutes. Not too terrible. Alright, so I am in
in the line for Kilimanjaro Safari. It definitely looks like it's at 65 minutes, as they stated. You know, my parents used to drag me on some, like, animal monorails back in the day at other amusement parks. Was never really a big fan of that. I do love this one. It's something I generally try and ride whenever I am at Animal Kingdom. Just because it is, I think it looks so immersive. Definitely, like, you know, there are parts where this Jeep just goes around and the animals are walking in the savannah around you. And then there are other sections with the more dangerous animals where they are actually, I don't want to say caged off because you don't see cages, but they are separated. I think it is going to be a 65-minute wait, but that's okay. I have a book, so I'm going to turn this off and just read for the next hour.
African rhino, who have 3,000 miles per hour. They're quite solitary creatures, which means like the second largest antelope species. A female are a mated pair and do mate for life. The one on the right side here is the male. You can tell it's a male because you can see those brown eyes. Hi friends, stay seated please. Please make sure your children are staying fully seated. See if you can spot any other hippos on the left side as well. Their day in the water in order to prevent overheating as well as to stay hydrated. And we're going to be very lucky in the nut grass. They do like to graze when it's cooler in the day and late at night. Unless you're Greta who wants to eat all day. They can graze between 80 to 90 feet along the river and in the darker parts of the water until the prey get close enough for them. So they never pass by the baobab tree on the right side there. It's known as a tree of life. Animals. You can see how vast the savannah is, how much room the animals have to roam around. In fact, the entire reserve is so large, you fit Magic Kingdom and their park males, all brothers from the same litter. They have an 85% success rate, while lions only have about 25%. We want to keep looking on our left. So if a herd meets another herd, they'll join together to form a larger herd. A herd of zebra is known as a dazzle. Great look of the down very far back there. It's known as a great migration. Also on the right side, you'll see some horns poking out from those bushes and palm. Very large horns, about 4 to 6 feet in length. Although they are quite large, actually very lightweight, thanks to a honeycomb structure within them. And some are grazing a little bit here and there, so you may also get a good look of the color of their tongue. They have a bluish, blackish tongue. A dark tongue does prevent sunburn, as they do sweat a lot. The males can grow up to 100 pounds. You can see the alpha male at the very top of the rock there. The females grow about 30. And now we can start seeing this African elephant. It's a little bit better. Now those manjos were actually the animal that was used to model Rafiki in the line. These are two females here, a mother and a daughter. You might notice some sand on their backs. They do have very sensitive skin, so use sand as a protective barrier against the hot sun. See the sand on their backs, see those large ears. See the texture on those ears? That's actually blood vessels. So when they flap those large ears, it cools down their skin to cool them down. But also, graded flamingos are the largest of the flamingo species and the lightest pink in color. They get that pink color from their diet of tiny bright shrimp and other water creatures. You'll see a couple of them sitting on those mounds there. Those are actually their nests. They build their nest up a little bit higher off the ground in order to help protect the eggs from getting wet. And they're hanging out in the mud pits here. It's very similar to the elephant. They also have very sensitive skin. They do use the mud as a natural sunblock. Good stuff. Great look at those. We'll be on the lookout for rain. And here she is. This is little Logan. He is the youngest baby white rhino. It's for November of last year. There's also some ostrich eggs down there.
Initially, I was going to edit out the narration on this ride, but it seemed to work for the most part, even with editing.
Alright, so I have gotten off the Kilimanjaro Safaris. That is about a 20-minute ride, so when you're looking at something like a 60-minute wait, remember that's a longer attraction than some of the other things, so you're going to be maybe 20 minutes or more on that trek. So now we're heading into Pandora. Sorry, avoiding people. Heading into Pandora. I'm gonna jump on Flight of Passage and then see how I feel about eating. My breakfast's still pretty full and it's after 1 o'clock. I'm still pretty stuffed, so Not thinking of eating now, but I'll see where I am when I'm done with Flight of Passage. Okay, so they are saying this is, and what's that, like 105 minutes, so about an hour and 45 minutes, which for this ride, I mean, is kind of something you can expect. It's never a short line. Well, I will take that back. First time I rode this was a slower period, and in all honesty, I did just keep, I walked around and rode it twice, and then they actually were just feeding us through the exit. So I rode it like 4 times in a row that first day I got to ride it. But that was a weekday during the slower period, so not something you will often get. I'm not sure if I'm coming up to the end of the line or just people taking a photo. Plenty of opportunities for beautiful environment here. This is some amazing theming and Imagineering work. It's just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so we weren't even at the end of the line, but this line does go on forever. It does have like a bathroom halfway through the queue even, because it's just such a wait. So even once you're inside, it's not a quick moving attraction. But I am kind of questioning whether it is actually 105 minutes, because I think I would be outside in that situation. And I think I'm going to be inside by the time this line stops. Can't remember how good it is for actually reading my book, though. But anyway. They do have the fans out running. That's nice, because it is rather toasty day. I mean, this just is beautiful rock work. Again, the floating mountains. I mean, this is some excellent Imagineering. I am going to be inside the building in a moment, but people are leaving the line. So even if it is 105 minutes, I mean, in all honesty, again, I've got the book if it's bright enough for me to read. I can't remember if it is or not. Oh yeah, and we're just coming to a stop right inside.
Turns out I was able to read for most of the queue until you get to the end where you get into the forest. That does get dark, dimly lit, where the tropical plants and flowers are illuminated. So that portion you can't really read in. It's very dark. But beyond that, I was able to read the whole time. Now, I do want to put a little bit of a mobility warning about this place. I had never come in with my mother on her wheelchair, so I had not noticed this. But the gentleman in front of me, like at one point making a turn, just hit the wall apparently, or slid his knee against the wall. And these are the cliffs. And going through that, he ended up scraping his knee and bled like through the rest of the hour-long line. So watch out for that if you're on something like a mobility device.
I am just out of Pandora's Flight of Passage. I had a really good seat with that, totally getting the breeze. Probably wasn't until the end, or when I got in through the line, that my stomach started growling. But I'm a little peckish, so I'm going to head over here to Santoli Canteen. Guess I should have been watching that. We're going to head over to Santoli Canteen and grab some food.
Correction, I do not know why I keep calling this Santuli. It's Satu'li. There is no N in it. So Satu'li Canteen. I did go in here and have a meal, did a full keto review. Now, that has gotten a copyright claim on it, so I took it down. They play the Pandora music in this restaurant, and they play it loud. So it did get identified for that. It wasn't actually a copyright strike, it was a copyright claim. But I'm going to take it down and then just type everything I said on that and redub it without the background music or the restaurant noise in there. So if you want to see that keto review, you can head over to Keto Dicky. It will get up there at some point. Beyond that, I will say that I did enjoy this meal. I do like this restaurant for keto. I also love the theming of this restaurant. This whole area was very heavily themed. The Imagineers did such an amazing job on this. It's very immersive, and I love, for quick service, I think this is one of the best themed quick service restaurants they have at this point.
I did have a clean keto meal at the Satu'li Canteen, quite flavorful. If you want to see that full review, head over to Keto Dicky. I think I'm going to head over to Dinosaur probably to allow my food to settle before Expedition Everest. I definitely want to get in Expedition Everest before I leave here. I do love all these like carved out tree areas for seating and such. Again, beautiful attention to detail here. Okay, so it is a 45-minute standby wait for Navi River Journey, which I don't really care for, so. Well, I'm just going to head on over to Countdown to Extinction. I love that ride, and I don't think that's too much on a full stomach. Normally, you know, you got a bit of a wait for it, so I think that'll be nice. And I can read in that line, so however long the wait is, I can read, I think, through that whole thing until you get to pre-show. So we'll head over there. And then after that, I should be ready for Expedition Everest. And then I'll decide, based on what time it is, I'll figure out whether or not I'm going to stay much longer than that. But the beautiful thing about Expedition Everest is it does have a single rider line. And it's one that's not normally paid that much attention to. So that might be very helpful for that ride.
Yep, all three.
Have a good night, sir. Yes. Okay. It's not really a roller coaster. It's a.
Okay, it's saying the wait for this is only 10 minutes, so I don't know how well how well digested my food will be if this is a 10-minute wait, but yeah, we're gonna do it anyway. So I wonder if there's really any wait, if it's actually a 10-minute wait or if it's just a walk through the line 10 minutes.
Are you tired? You sleepy?
So the wait for this ride was maybe 10 minutes, maybe less. Not bad at all. I did not open my book, I don't think, a single time. Didn't even attempt to read. The line moved fairly quickly. We were in that one back room or that entry room for a few minutes before they moved us into the pre-show, and then we were getting in, like, pretty much just walking through to this line and on the attraction.
We are heading over to Expedition Everest. My phone is about 20% remaining. I cannot find my charger, so I think this is going to be probably the last attraction of the day, or at least the last one you get to see. After this, I'll probably head home and do my recap there while this is charging, or after this is charged. Do want to get into this single rider line. The standby is actually only 30 minutes, but I want to see how much quicker the single rider is. Single rider is all the way over here. Hello. See if there is any wait for this. Oh yeah, there's a wait. Alrighty. But pretty close, and standby was only 30 minutes from here. Okay, so I might just have been walking out of Asia. Sun beaming right in my eyes about 5:30. Totally couldn't read a single sign. Couldn't really see that much of where I was going. And walked away walked in a direction I don't think I've ever walked before. Or if I have not paid as much attention. So I am like on the back side, across the river, but on the back side of the Tree of Life. I don't think I've ever noticed this view before. And now I'm down on an observation area, which no one is here. It's very quiet, it's very nice. Now I do think the park may be getting less crowded. I did just ride Expedition Everest 5 times. Like I said before, my camera charge is low, battery is low, and I don't have my charger for some reason. So I didn't record anything where you can tell. Hopefully it captured pictures. I didn't even think to go look at them and tap my magic band to the thing. So I don't know if they get captured automatically or not to my magic band, but I'm hoping. I have both my phone on and the magic band, so I'll see if it gets me the 5 pictures in a row. If it does, I will put them up. And literally the single rider line just kept getting shorter. I don't know how many people were in it that first time I went around, but it was like 3 turnbacks at the end. The second time there were 6 people in front of me at the turn, so I was on the main one. And then the next time there were 5 people in front of me. And then the next time there were a couple of people, but by the time I got through those 3 turnbacks, there was 1 person waiting in front of me when I got to the line. And then I think that leaves one more time that there was just 1 person in front of me when I got there. So, crowd seems to be dwindling, or at least single riders seem to be dwindling. But also, when I got there, I think it was a 37 minute wait for the standby line. That was down to 15 minutes when I left. But so I did ride it 5 times in a row. It's kind of hilarious. Did notice, it's a beautifully themed ride. I do love that attraction. I was loving the waterfalls. I was living for the waterfalls today. I don't know if I never think about them or what, but I was really taken by them today. First couple of rides, that's all I noticed. But then I'm riding, it's so beautifully themed. But then there's one point you can look over to the left and see the Tower of Terror and I think Epcot over there, the big ball. And then you look over to the right and you see all of Animal Kingdom and a building, like a green building with a white roof, that's just bam, right in your face. But if you just keep looking forward, it's a beautiful ride. So anyway, I'm gonna head out of the park. I did have a really good day. It's a little after 5, I think. Let me switch hands here. Okay, it's almost 5:30, so I'm gonna head out of the park. I gotta work tomorrow, but it's been an absolutely beautiful day. I hope you had fun, and I will see you next Sunday in the park. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you never want to miss an episode, of course, I want you to hit that notification bell. Yes. You can also follow my keto reviews again on Keto Dicky. And once again, I'll be back here next week, Sunday in the park.